Hi, my name is Genesis Doubledee,
My name is Doubledee.
and we chose primetime scouting. I think our situation is a little bit unique because we have a 7 year old currently and a 2 year old, and we have enrolled both of them into primetime scouting. Specifically because we both really push higher education, and I mean, both of us love love sports. We're definitely a athletic loving type of family, but I mean, when we first were presented the opportunity with prime time, I don't even think that we really talked long at all. We kind of just knew that after a couple of conversations that we this was probably the best thing for our family financially, and it just made sense. With me in high school, middle school, even I wasn't necessarily granted those opportunities or the aid in learning more about scholarships and even just getting assistance with applying to different scholarships, and knowing that this is something that is available for our kids, whether 7 or 2, right, for them to really have that opportunity to be able to apply for scholarships early or even get that assistance early. It's incredible. It's almost, and I think at the beginning I kept telling my husband, like, it sounds too good to be true. But honestly, like, it really does. But it's almost like your little fairy tale, or your fairy godmother. But they're really here to help for a lifetime, not just to those last 4 years, gearing up to go to college. But I mean, you see that we've put them in super early, primarily because we want to help them really sort of figure out what they want to do, where they want to go, and most importantly, how to finance their dreams. I mean, we're pretty hardworking, but everyone needs a little bit of help and a little bit of aid. And if there's free money out there, hey,
Why not?
why not? So I definitely think that we chose to put our kids in primetime scouting because it just made sense. And knowing that this is an opportunity where there are people in our kids' corner outside of us, it's unreal how, whether it's, hey, I don't know, we're going to Chicago and we need to do a tour or something like that to really get our kids more comfortable with the higher education and being on campus and all those things. Want them to be more comfortable. They're able to connect us with other people in those cities or states or towns or whatnot. It's incredible how they know all these people. But yeah, I think that's, for me, why we chose to get our kids in early.
Yeah, so my perspective is a little different. I feel like, one of the big keys my wife talked about is being in high school, transitioning into college. For me, being a student athlete, it was hard. I didn't have support in the sense where I was a student athlete that was supported as a university student athlete, which means that sometimes they don't have the best interest of you as a student athlete. They have the best interest of the team or the department. And so for me, there was specific needs that I definitely felt like wasn't met. And there's no one's fault, right? I didn't know how to communicate that. I didn't know who to communicate that to. I didn't know who was really in my corner or who was just they're showing up to do their job, right? Ultimately, coaches want to win. What that looks like sometimes may not be the best for you as a student athlete. And so that's one of the reasons why prime time for me was almost non-negotiable when we start talking about it, because I thought about my own experience and the big keys where I wish I had someone to help guide. My parents did the best they could, but they're not in it day in and day out as these people have these conversations with scouts, coaches, trainers. My dad he was retired, so he had more time than most. And with him having that time, he definitely did what he was supposed to do. He even got me a scholarship. But again, I could have went so much further if I would have had the support of an organization like Prime Time that's pulling for me as Dion Doubledee versus Dion the athlete of our university. So again, Prime Time for me is a little bit different than for my wife, but ultimately allowed us to do the same. And we support Prime Time, and we look forward to a long partnership and helping and bringing all of the friends and family members that want to be athletes just to get the support.
Prime Time for life.